Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It is something that I drew over a sketch that I had done a while ago, and I'm excited to finally have the finished design for you. With that being said, let's talk about the nature of this script and how to read this design. So first things first, reading order. So reading order of the script is bottom counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. So if we look at our design here, we can tell where the bottom is based on this start marker. So this is especially useful for tattoos, so you can rotate the design any which way, even put it upside down, even mirror it, because this little guy is like an eyeball looking in the direction you read. So right now I mirrored it, so it's actually going to be read clockwise, or you could mirror it the other way. And now it's read counterclockwise. And then this is at the bottom of our start circle. So this circle here, this is the way you'd orient it in your brain if you're trying to read it, with the bottom over here where the start marker is, and you'd read things around like that. With that being said, it is mostly legible if you put it this way. I tried to make the first letter at the bottom in several different orientations. So here, going counterclockwise, first letter, first letter, first letter, bottom counterclockwise, first letter, first letter, first letter. This one is starting to get a little bit, where is it the A first or is it the D first? Here's definitely the L first. This is when it's, this F doesn't look like it's first at this orientation, but it's nice and in line on this line, so that gives you another little hint, I guess. But anyway, if we rotate it like this, then everything works. So WHENYOU. Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and read the letters. I'm gonna actually orient it this way. Oh, come on, you. Rotate. I'm gonna orient this way. Just because I feel like this is the most intuitive direction for it to be read. So let's go ahead and check it out. So starting at the bottom, going counterclockwise, here is our first letter of our first word, and it's a shallow divot. Because it's a shallow divot, it's going to be in the third row. And then it has one dot. This is the start marker dot, so it doesn't count for anything. This is the only dot that isn't part of the start marker, that's part of this word. And it's part of this letter because a WH has one dot. So WH, here's the E, it's centered on the line of the word circle. And if you look at the little guide, you see how the E is kind of in the mouth of that T letter, that shallow divot. And then an N has one line. Y has two dots. O centered, O is internal, sorry, yay morning. O is internal, so that means if it's attached on a consonant, it is like a bead on a string on that consonant, so that's a Y-O, and then a U has a line radiating outwards. An apostrophe is a double line going from our word circle to our sentence circle, which is what this is. And then we have 1, 2, 3 dots on the R, and then the E, again in that same position as this E in the mouth of that shallow divot. So when you're, and here's where reading order gets kind of because it looks like you might read this one next, or you might read this one next. This is the next one, lost. L with 3 dots. O, centered, internal on the line of that consonant, just like that O. And then we have 1, 2, 3 lines on the S, and then the T with nothing, so lost. Bottom of the counterclockwise, I, and then N with 1 line, TH, E, so when you are lost in the, and then we have darkness. Deep divot with 3 dots, D, A outside the word circle, R with 3 dots. This is the letter stack. Thin to thick is the reading order, consonants before vowels. So this thin consonant has 2 dots, so that's a K. This thick consonants have 1 line, so that's the N. And then the E is centered, and then we have a double consonant, because these 2 lines are the same thickness. 1, 2, 3 lines on the S, S. And then here's the comma. So when you are lost in the darkness, here's our next little bit, and this one has this clear kind of line pattern. 1, 2, 3 dots on the L, O, O, 2 dots on the K, look. 1, 2, 3 lines on the F, O, centered inside the word circle. E's are centered, O's are internal. I'm just saying the wrong word. O is inside our word circle. 1, 2, 3 dots on the R, so your, 4, so F-O-R, 4. TH on the line of the circle, E, just like this, THE. 1, 2, 3 dots on the L, I line going inwards. This is a GH stack. We have this deep divot with one line, and then this deep divot with two lines, and then a T with nothing on it. Lines that pass through do not count. So that is that design. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Oh, and then this is the period, and this is the comma. So yeah, that's that design. I hope you like it. I think it'll look really nice, kind of wrapping around the forearm. So kind of like, you know,